Hi there, this is the Pixel 10 and I've been using this phone as my primary device for over 2 months. Now there have been times in between that I've been testing other phones, but I couldn't resist coming back to the Pixel 10, and it's primarily for the experience which I think no one else offers. By the way, we also have the Pixel Pro XL. It's bigger and superior in every way. But in this video, we'll focus more on the pocket-friendly variant. Now, not everything is hunky-dory here. It does have its downsides. Firstly, the Pixel 10 is not a powerhouse. The Tensor G5 chip is a pretty good upgrade when you compare it to the Pixel 9, but it doesn't offer that flagship level performance. However, the software is extremely well optimized, and that's what really matters. Then the AI is beyond words. More on that later. Now, one thing that always kept me hooked on to iPhones was MagSafe wireless charging, because it was so convenient. But now with Pixel phones, you have Pixel Snap. It's exactly the same. All your MagSafe accessories will work flawlessly. I'm going to share all my experiences in detail, but before that, let's take a quick dive into the unboxing. So here is the retail packaging, pretty slim and minimalistic. Inside we have another box, and inside here, right on the top, is the phone itself. A USB-C to USB-C charging cable. Behind here is the SIM ejector pin and some paperwork. There's no charging brick or case included in the box. Well, that's a classic Pixel for you. Let's have a closer look at the build and design. So we have the lemongrass color, which I absolutely love. The back is all glass, glossy finish, but surprisingly stays clean, doesn't attract any fingerprint or smudges. It comes with Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection on the back, and till date, I use this phone without a cover. Not a single scuff or scratch. Though I would recommend you get a case, because if you drop it, you will break it. The side frame is aluminum, matte finish, and you can spot the antenna bars on the sides. It's 8.6 mm thin and weighs 206 grams. But somehow, because of the compact form factor, it feels a lot lighter. Very well balanced, I would say. In fact, that little extra weight adds to the premiumness of the device. On the top is the much loved Pixel camera module. I like it even more as it gives perfect support while holding the phone. The primary sensor is a 48 megapixel with OIS, 10.4 megapixel telephoto, and 13 megapixel ultra-wide. On the top is the SIM card tray, power standby button with the volume rockers on the side. At the bottom is a microphone, speaker, and a USB-C port in the center. Now I won't deny, it does take a while getting used to that power button being above the volume rockers, because usually it's the other way around on most phones. It's not a deal breaker. Alright, let's talk about the camera performance. Now Pixel phones have known to be very reliable when it comes to image quality. Also lately I got a chance to travel to Goa and Hong Kong, where we got to explore its full potential. And I must say the results were jaw-dropping gorgeous. Here are some shots taken with the primary 48 megapixel sensor, and they look absolutely gorgeous. Trust me, it's just point and shoot. I've mostly shot in 16:9 aspect ratio, as that works perfectly for Instagram stories. Here are some landscape shots as well. The colors are slightly more punchy than in reality, and that's what makes it more eye-catchy. Gorgeous blue skies makes the images look like postcards. Here are some portraits. Thanks to laser autofocus, the subjects are crisp and clear with excellent edge detection. Very impressive. Here are some ultra-wides. They capture the essence of the place so well. It's clear, it's crisp, and so detailed. Here are some night shots, or low light photography as you might call it. Again, as long as you have steady hands, the pictures are going to come out pretty great. The camera on the Pixel 10 series are an absolute delight. Trust me, it's hard to get a bad shot. Talking about the video, here's a 4K 60 FPS video recorded handheld. The colors look very pleasing. You can see the details so well, and that's all thanks to OIS, so videos look really steady. I won't say this is the best smartphone camera out there when it comes to video recording, but definitely it won't let you down. However, keep in mind, you can only record at full HD if you move to the ultra-wide lens. On the Pixel Pro and the Pro XL, you can record 4K at 60 FPS even on an ultra-wide lens. So that's a jump you can make if you need that. Also, 8K video recording is supported on the Pro series. Personally for me, it's not a big deal at all. Alright, here are some images taken with the front 10.5 megapixel sensor. Here you can see you get great selfie shots, and pretty wide too, which makes it perfect for those group selfies. Here are some portraits as well. Again, excellent edge detection. Alright, let's talk about the camera's AI capabilities. Of course, there's Magic Eraser, which is well known. You can remove people or unwanted objects. This one works like a charm. very reliable. Then the other handy feature is Best Take, where you can replace the face with a different expression. This can be so handy, especially if your eyes are shut or you don't have that perfect smile. There's another very cool feature called Add Me. So like me and my friend were out together. First I took his picture, then he took mine. Then Pixel stitches these two pictures together to look like one. It's not perfect at times and you'll have to keep trying. But it's really cool that you can do that. No need to ask strangers to take your pictures anymore. Alright, let's talk about the display. So the Pixel 10 comes with a nice, compact 6.3-inch OLED display that has a very impressive and very well-tuned color reproduction. It's vibrant, punchy, with crisp deep blacks. The text is super crisp and easily readable. This is an LTPS display, so it's a tad more battery hungry compared to its Pro variants that come with an LTPO display. Frankly, it really won't matter in day-to-day use. It's just something you need to know but not really bother too much about. Visually, you won't be able to even tell the difference between the two. It makes logical sense that Google reserved the LTPO display for the Pro variants. Spend more, get more. On the top is a punch hole notch housing a 10.5 megapixel selfie camera. You also get that ultrasonic fingerprint scanner and it's super snappy. Unlocks almost instantly. Also, I love the placement. It's not too high, it's not too low, it's just perfect. Then watching movies and videos is such a delight. It's very clear and eye-catching. Looks so good when the content goes edge to edge. So immersive. We also tested the YouTube app. Yes, it supports HDR and 4K HDR content looks super gorgeous. It's so bright and clear. There's no lag or buffering and you can keep watching for hours. When it comes to the audio, we get dual stereo speakers, one at the bottom and the earpiece on the top doubles as a secondary speaker. Let's see how it sounds.
Wow, you guys are going to hell.
Wow! Firstly, it gets quite loud with no distortion even at high volume. The audio is very crisp, excellent separation and it has that richness as well. Especially when you're watching that action scene, provides such an immersive experience. Good job there. Let's have a quick look at the user interface. So the first thing that instantly grabs my attention is the ultra smooth 120Hz refresh rate. Yes, this is the cleanest Android OS, which is why the interface feels buttery smooth and so much more fun to use. Absolutely amazing. Now, as we further dive into the settings, here you can see it's running Android 16 out of the box. And being a Google phone, you know you're going to get Android updates the quickest and you're going to get them for 7 years at a stretch, which is just so good. Now, the other thing that I really like about Pixel phones is that there are zero bloatware apps. Apart from the Google Suite, there are no other apps. Everything else apart from that, I have downloaded myself from the Play Store. So that's really cool. It's so much more smooth. The animations are buttery smooth, extremely well optimized and very fun to use. But there are some things that I find really funny, like there is this Google bar at the bottom which you can't remove. I don't know why, so that's something I find really strange at times. So small things, but yes, that is there. Overall, the user experience on the Pixel phone is just next level. It's one of the best Android experience, hands down. Alright, let's talk about AI. So the Pixel 10 series has this amazing feature called Magic Cue. For those who don't know, it's an AI-powered feature that provides contextual information by finding data across your multiple apps. For example, you get a call from one of your contacts whose email also you have received. That email will pop up instantly on the screen as that topic might be helpful. Also, just in case someone asks for your flight timings or details, it will actually dig into your email, find the ticket and provide those details right on your screen. So you can share it right there. Basically, you don't need to manually go find information and share. AI on the Google Pixel is just next level. Frankly, it came more handy than I thought. It showed me my upcoming flight and updated the gate number as well right on my home screen. Very, very cool. Alright, let's talk about the performance. So the Pixel 10 is powered by the Tensor G5 chipset. This is a 3nm chip for improved performance and efficiency. It provides an extremely well optimized user experience. Absolutely flawless, I would say. It's one of the best Android experiences, hands down. It's also that chipset that enables all those AI capabilities. However, keep in mind, it's not a powerhouse or a flagship processor. In fact, far from one when it comes to benchmarks. It barely scored 10 lakhs in Antutu. But day-to-day use is probably the best I've seen on any Android phone. The variant we got came with 12GB RAM on board, so apps launch almost instantly. Multitasking is super snappy and such a breeze. And thanks to that abundance of RAM, most recently used apps are still in memory. There you go. Now here's something that really surprised me. There's only one storage option available for the Pixel 10 series, 256GB. Now that truly could be a bummer for those struggling for space. There's no 512GB, 1TB to bhuli jao. It's very strange actually, so that's something you got to keep in mind. Alright, let's talk about gaming. Well, firstly, if you are into hardcore gaming, this is not the phone for you, period. Of course, you can play all the games you want, but the Pixel 10 ain't exactly designed for it. We played BGMI and it actually played really well. We got about 60 FPS without any lag or delay. However, once the device would heat up, we did notice some drop frames here and there. It was still very much playable, but not a phone I would recommend for high graphic gaming. If you are into casual gaming, then the Pixel 10 would do just fine. Coming to the battery. So the Pixel 10 comes with a 4970 mAh battery, which usually lasts me a full day with medium to heavy use. There's no charger provided in the box, so you'll have to buy one separately. It supports 30 watts wired charging, and it takes about little over an hour to charge from 0 to 100%. I so wish it was faster, but that's what you get. The good thing is it supports Pixel Snap, which is Qi2 wireless charging, so now you can use your existing MagSafe accessories which magnetically attach and charge your Pixel phones so conveniently. It's not the fastest, it's just about 15 watts. However, the Pixel 10 Pro XL supports 25 watt wireless charging. Also, it supports 45 watt wired charging. Well, that's the perk of getting a Pro phone. Personally, the experience on both these phones are very identical. The Pros do have slightly better display, they have better cameras, they have also better battery. But for me, the Pixel 10 makes the cut as it offers better value for your buck. The Pixel 10 is priced at 79,999, the Pixel 10 Pro for 1,09,999 and the XL Pro for 1,24,999. If you're looking for a phone that provides the best Android experience, hands down, just go and pick the Pixel 10 series. I'll share the links of all the variants along with its color options below in the description. If you'd like to buy one, you should definitely check this one out. So I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.